There is a silent, fatal mistake that senior men make when entering a new relationship. It is a mistake that will cost you your mental health, your independence, and the wealth you spent 4 decades building. When an older man meets a new woman, he often falls into a dangerous psychological trap. After years of being alone, or following a difficult divorce, he wants the relationship to succeed. To ensure this, he decides to be flexible. He wants to appear accommodating, romantic, and easygoing. So, what does he do? He delays setting boundaries. He ignores the minor infractions. He tells himself, "It is too early in the relationship to be strict. I don't want to cause an argument. I don't want to push her away." But psychology and human behavior dictate a brutal reality. The boundaries you fail to set in the first 30 days are the boundaries you will never be able to enforce in the next 30 years. By postponing your rules to keep the peace, you are silently handing over the keys to your life. You slowly become a passenger in a vehicle you built. Eventually, you wake up and realize you have completely lost control of your schedule, your home, your finances, and your emotional stability. Today, we are going to outline the ultimate defense strategy for the senior man. We will dissect the 5 strict, uncompromising boundaries that you must establish from the very first day of a relationship. If she respects them, she is worthy of your time. If she fights them, you will have saved yourself a lifetime of misery. Let us begin. Boundary number 1, your time and your routine. When you are 60 years old, time ceases to be an abstract concept. It becomes a tangible, rapidly depleting, and highly precious currency. You have spent your entire life operating on someone else's schedule. You woke up for your employer, you dedicated your evenings to your children, and you sacrificed your weekends for your obligations. Now, you have finally earned the ultimate luxury, a daily routine of your own design. But when a new woman enters your life, she will inevitably test this routine. It often starts subtly. She will ask you to skip your morning walk to have breakfast with her. She will expect you to cancel your weekend fishing trip or your time in the garage to accompany her on an errand. When you politely decline, the manipulation begins. She will attempt to guilt trip you. She will say, "If you really loved me, you would want to spend this time with me." You must set this boundary immediately with 0 apologies. You must explain that your hobbies, your alone time, and your daily routine are absolutely non-negotiable. A high-value, mature woman will respect your independence because she has a fulfilling life of her own. A controlling or insecure woman will view your independence as a threat to her dominance. Do not surrender your schedule to prove your affection. Your time is your life. Reclaim it and guard it fiercely. Boundary number 2, your finances. This is the most critical boundary you will ever set. By the time you reach your senior years, the wealth you have accumulated is not just money. It is your survival. It is the result of 4 decades of blood, sweat, and deferred dreams. When a relationship is in the honeymoon phase, older men are often flooded with dopamine. In a desperate bid to appear generous, romantic, and committed, they drop their financial guard. They begin paying for everything. They open joint bank accounts. They co-sign loans for her car, or worse, they begin paying off her past credit card debts. You must establish absolute financial separation from day 1. You are a romantic partner, not a retirement plan, and you are certainly not a rescue boat for her past financial negligence. But there is a deeper, more dangerous legal trap you must establish a boundary against: cohabitation. Many senior men believe they are protecting their assets simply by refusing to get legally married. They invite a woman to move into their paid-off home, assuming they are safe. This is a catastrophic error. In many jurisdictions, once a woman lives with you for a certain period, sometimes as little as 6 months to 2 years, the state recognizes this as a common law marriage. If the relationship sours, she can take you to family court. She can claim she grew accustomed to your lifestyle, and a judge can legally force you to surrender half of your retirement and a portion of your home. The boundary must be absolute. Do not merge accounts. Do not pay her debts. And never allow her to legally establish residency in your home without a bulletproof legal agreement. Boundary number 3, the sanctity of your living space. After years of living with the noise and chaos of a family or the tension of a failed marriage, an older man's home transforms into something sacred. It is his ultimate sanctuary. It is the one place on earth where the environment is entirely under his control. When a woman wants to assert dominance or accelerate a relationship beyond your comfort zone, she will execute what psychologists call the gradual occupation. She will begin leaving personal items at your house. First a toothbrush, then clothes, then beauty products. Slowly, she will begin critiquing your decor. She will attempt to rearrange your furniture or throw away your possessions. She is marking her territory, slowly dissolving the boundaries of your sanctuary until your home no longer feels like your own. You must halt this gradual occupation immediately. Your home is your sovereign territory. If she leaves items, politely bag them up and hand them back to her at the end of the weekend. Furthermore, you must establish the ultimate symbol of boundaries: the key. Do not give a woman a key to your home in the first few months. A key is a symbol of absolute, unfiltered access to your private reality. That level of access must be earned through years of proven, unwavering trust, not handed out as a romantic gesture. Boundary number 4. Guarding your emotional energy. By the time you reach 60, you have absorbed a lifetime of shockwaves. You have managed crises, wiped tears, de-escalated arguments, and absorbed the stress of everyone around you. You have spent decades acting as an emotional sponge for your family and society. Consequently, your reservoir of emotional energy is now limited, and it is infinitely precious. When you enter a new relationship, a toxic or unhealed woman will immediately test your capacity to absorb her chaos. She will manufacture drama. She will have unpredictable mood swings. She will complain endlessly about her past, expecting you to validate her victimhood. If you do not set a boundary, she will turn you into her unpaid therapist and emotional punching bag. You will wake up every day feeling exhausted, drained of the peace you fought so hard to achieve. You must set a firm boundary against manufactured drama. You must communicate, through your actions and your stoic silence, that you are a partner for the present, not a sponge for her past. If she brings a chaotic storm into your life, you simply refuse to stand in the rain. Let her rage outside the walls of your peace, but do not let her inside. Boundary number 5. Your non-negotiable core values. When a young man dates, his identity is still fluid. He changes his opinions, his style, and his beliefs to impress the woman he is pursuing. He acts like a chameleon, desperate for approval. But you are a man who has lived for over 60 years. You have forged your principles in the fires of real-world experience. You know exactly who you are, what you believe, what you accept, and what you absolutely despise. Many women will test your frame. They will challenge your political views, criticize your friends, or demand that you alter your fundamental principles to appease their worldview. The boundary you must set is the boundary of unapologetic authenticity. You must never, under any circumstances, compromise your core values to keep a woman comfortable. You do not need to argue, and you certainly do not need to apologize. You simply state your position as an immovable fact of nature. A woman who truly respects masculinity will be deeply attracted to a man who cannot be moved. A woman who wants to control you will be infuriated by your strength. Let her be infuriated. Your character is not up for negotiation. Remember this ultimate truth. Strict clarity in the beginning saves a lifetime of pain in the end. When you lay down these 5 iron boundaries early in a relationship, you are executing the perfect psychological filter. If a woman becomes angry, plays the victim, or accuses you of being controlling simply because you protect your peace, your money, and your time, she has just revealed her true, predatory intentions. She has done you a massive favor, and the trash has effectively taken itself out. But a genuine high-value woman will look at your boundaries and she will not see a threat. She will see maturity. She will see strength. She will see a man who is finally worth her respect. If this video resonated with you, I want to hear from you. Head down to the comments and tell me, which of these 5 boundaries was the hardest for you to learn to set? Your scars, your wisdom, and your stories will help guide the men who are still fighting blindly through the storm. If you found value in this deep dive into male psychology, please hit the like button, subscribe to the Sage Academy channel, and turn on the notification bell. Thank you for watching. Until next time, guard your sanctuary.